Welcome, my name is Vicki. This is Beginner's Flow. I'm with Living Balance Studios. I would like to remind you that this is your practice and you know your body better than I do. So please go easy on yourself. Yes, challenge yourself, but also go easy. Don't cause yourself any type of harm or injury. I'd like to let you know that myself and Living Balance Studios are not liable for any injury that may occur during this class this evening. So know that you are practicing under your terms at your own risk. So with that said, thank you for joining. Let's get started. We're going to start standing this evening. You'll come to the top of your mat. And before we get started, first let me remind you, grab some blocks. If you don't have blocks, you can use cans or jars of pasta sauce or something like that. And I'll just give you a second to get yourself situated, grab your props that you may need, and then we'll get started. All right, so once you have everything you need, come to the top of your mat and start to root your feet into the mat. So just pressing them firmly into the mat, maybe lifting the toes up and then lower them down one toe at a time. Maybe lifting them up once more, lowering them down, and once more. Lower them down one toe at a time. Just maybe bend one knee and then the other. Just get yourself situated here. And then come to stillness. You'll have a soft bend in the knees. Hips are stacked over the knees. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Ears stacked over the shoulders. Hands down by your side. Maybe close your eyes. And start to focus on your breath. Deep inhale in. Long and slow exhales out. Breathing in through the nose, out of the nose or the mouth. Whatever feels best for you. Arriving here on your mat, grounding yourself, letting go of all the events that have taken place today, and allowing yourself to just be here in this moment. Continue to take deep breaths in, long and slow exhales. And come back to your regular breath. We're going to inhale, rise the arms up in the air. And as you exhale, fold forward. Inhale into a half lift. Press the hands into the shins and then shins into the hands. So you'll be standing about feet or hip distance apart here. Activate those legs by pressing the hands into the shins, shins into the hands. A little softness to the knees here. Hips are pressing back. Crown of the head is pressing forward or reaching forward. Breathe here. Keep pressing the hands and the shins into one another. Pull the abs in. And then put a bend in the knees and inhale, rise up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Breathe here. Again, keeping those legs activated by pressing the hands in towards one another. Breathe. Deep in the knees, inhale, rise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, half lift. Breathe here. Take in an inhale. As you exhale, bend the knees, come into a forward fold, and then grab a hold of your elbows. Start to sway from side to side. And we'll come to stillness. Bring your hands into the mat, and then step back into a table. Shoulders are stacked over the wrist, hips over the knees here. When you inhale, tail to tailbone up. Drop the belly, look up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, press your hands into the mat, tuck the tailbone under, round the upper back, chin to chest. Inhale back into your cow pose by tilting the tailbone up, dropping the belly, look up. Exhale, tuck the tailbone under, round the back, chin to chest. Continue going. Move with your breath. Allow there to be fluidity in your movement. Moving as slow or as fast as you'd like. I prefer slow. Everyone's different. We'll do about 2 more rounds of cat-cow. When you completed that last round, we'll meet back in our tabletop. Kind of shift the hips from side to side. And then come to stillness here. Walk your hands back towards your knees. And then rise your torso up, coming into a kneeling posture. When you inhale, rise the arms up here. Clasp the hands, press the palms up towards the ceiling. Point the tailbone down, keep the rib cage in. As you exhale, bend towards the right. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, bend towards the left. Inhale here. And exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Inhale, extend your right, actually, let's not extend anything forward. Press your hands firmly into the mat here. Spread the fingers wide. And as you're pressing the hands firmly into the mat, you imagine that your shoulder blades are separating away from one another. You're not rounding the back or anything. You're keeping your neutral spine here. On your next inhale, lift your left arm up in the air. Well, extend it forward. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, extend it forward. And exhale, lower. Pull the abs deep in towards the spine. And then inhale, extend that arm forward. This time as you exhale, bend that elbow and bring that arm by your side. Press that elbow in towards the midline of the body. So try not to let it flare out. Press it in. And then inhale, extend out. Exhale, bend the elbow. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, extend the arm forward. Breathe here, exhale. And on your next inhale, extend that if you want. You can extend the right leg behind you. Lift the leg up, point the toes down towards the mat. If that's too much, you can just take and lower your hand down to the mat and keep the leg lifted. Breathe here, inhale. And exhale. Pull the abs deep in towards the spine. One more inhale. As you exhale, if you have both the arm and leg lifted, lower the knee back down to the mat first. And then lower the arm down. And shift the hips from side to side. Perfect. Let's come back to center or to neutral. All right. Let's inhale. Extend the right arm forward. And then exhale, lower it down. Making sure you're pressing the left hand firmly into the mat. Pull the abs in. Inhale, extend. Exhale, lower. And one more. Inhale, lift it up. And this time as you exhale, bend the elbow and bring the arm by your side. Inhale, extend the arm forward. Exhale, bend. Inhale, extend it forward. And exhale, bend. And on your next inhale, extend that arm forward. And exhale. Inhale, extend the left leg. Keep pulling the abs deep in towards the spine. Flex that foot. Rotate that thigh inward. Breathe here. Inhale here. Exhale, lower that knee back down to the mat. And then lower the arm. Shift the hips from side to side. And we'll come to stillness. Take in an inhale here. And as you exhale, walk your hands about half a handprint forward on your mat. Press the fingers firmly into, or the hands firmly into the mat. Make sure you're pressing the index finger and the thumb firmly into the mat here. Inhale, lift the knees, and as you exhale, shift the hips up and back into down dog. And breathe here. Maybe you pedal it out, or maybe you stay still. You can even shake your head, yes, or no. Releasing any tension in the neck. Keep the rib cage in here. And breathe. And take in an inhale. As you exhale, look towards the top of your mat. Put it deep into the knees. And then walk your feet to your hands. We're going to inhale to a half lift. Press the hands into the shins, shins into the hands. And then exhale, fold. On your next inhale, rise all the way up. Palms touching up top. Exhale your hands in front of your heart. And breathe. And now let's come towards the left side of your mat. So you come to the center of the mat facing the left side. So your left foot would be towards the back of the mat, right foot's going to be towards the front of the mat. We're going to take in an inhale, rise the arms up here. Clasp the hands, press the palms up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bend towards the left. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend towards the right. Inhale up here. And exhale, lower your hands down by your sides. Now step the feet wide. Turn the toes out and the heels in. Extend the arms long. Breathe here. Star pose. Take in an inhale. As you exhale, bend the elbows and the knees. Tug that tailbone under. Keep the rib cage in. We're going to inhale, come back to star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. And exhale, goddess. Hold it here, breathe. Keep pressing your knees towards your pinky toes. And breathe. Promise we're not going to be here much longer. Let's inhale, rise up. Then you're going to take your right toes and point them forward. Your left toes are going to point towards the back of your mat. Arms are wide here. Palms facing the floor. Inhale here. Look over your left fingertips. As you exhale, bend that left knee. Warrior two. Breathe. Tailbone in, rib cage in. Lengthen that side body. So reach tall through the crown of the head. Breathe here. And then inhale, straighten that front leg. We're going to reach forward like we're trying to back side of your mat. Now step your right foot forward, lowering down onto the whole foot. And straight, and actually lift the torso up here. Straighten that left knee. Inhale here. And as you exhale, hinge from the hips as you fold over the top of that knee. leg. Keep your hands on your hips here. Send the shoulder blades. Imagine you're sliding the shoulder blades down towards your... Sorry guys, I had a little interruption in internet service. My internet's been kind of wacky lately. So coming into a forward fold, we're in a wide-legged forward fold. We're going to inhale here. As you exhale, bend that left knee. Coming into our lateral lunge. You can even grab a block here and rest your hands on your block. Then we'll inhale, straighten that leg. And then exhale, bend the right knee. Inhale, straighten. Remove the block out of the way. Now we're going to turn our toes facing the right side of your mat. So you're going to be, your right toes are going to be towards the top edge of your mat. Back toes are going to be in the back here. Lower that left knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale, lift the torso up. And then rise the arms up in the air. Breathe here. Inhale. As you exhale, lower the hands down to the mat. Tuck the back toes under. Lift the back knee. Step that back foot forward just a little bit so you can lower down into the whole foot. Your toes are going to be pointing towards the top left corner of your mat. Straighten that right knee. And square the hips here as you fold over the top of that leg. Bring your hands to your hips here, actually. And breathe. Keep the ribs in. Pull the abs deep in towards the spine. Inhale here. Exhale, bend that front knee. And now we're going to turn those back toes towards the side. We're in like a warrior one stance here. Bring the back of your right hand into your shin and then inhale, open up. Spinning that chest open. Straighten that front leg too. And breathe. And put a deep bend in the front knee. Inhale, rise up into warrior two. So we're just doing everything that we did on the opposite end of the mat. We're just starting from the back and going forward. I guess I could say that. From the bottom to the top. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Turn those toes forward. Toes out, heels in. Palms facing forward now. Star pose. We're going to finish how we started. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. And exhale, goddess. One more. Inhale. And exhale, hold it here. And then inhale, rise up. Lower the hands down by your sides. Start to heel toe to feet in towards one another. Coming about hip distance apart. Come to standing. Take a deep breath in. And side out. Perfect. Now bring the hands to the hips here. Pull the abs deep in towards the spine. Shift your weight into your left foot. We're going to inhale. Pull the abs in again. And as you exhale, lift that right knee. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Hold it here. Breathe. Shoulders down. We're rooting that right foot firmly into the mat and reaching tall through the crown of our head. Pull the abs in here. And now let's inhale, rise the arms up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. And exhale, lower. And one more. Inhale, rise up. And hold it. won't be here much longer, I promise. Keep breathing. We slow down the breath, we slow down the mind. We slow down the nervous system. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Wiggle it out. Now shift your weight into your left foot. Root that foot down into the mat. Reach tall through the crown of the head. Pull the abs in. Inhale, rise up. Right leg up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Continue going. Inhale. And exhale. Two more. Inhale here. And exhale. And one more. Inhale. Hold it here. Breathe. And then inhale. Rise the arms up. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. Rise. Exhale. Lower. And inhale. Rise them up and hold it. Breathe. Keep pulling the abs in. Take in and inhale. Exhale, lower down. Wiggle it out. Very good. All right. Let's come back to the top of your mat. And bend one knee and then the other. Hands to hips. Maybe close your eyes. Take about 3 deep breaths here. And one more. Inhale. And side out. And let's inhale. Rise the arms up here. As you exhale, fold forward. Inhale to a half lift. Exhale, fold. Hands to the mat. We're going to inhale, step back into a plank. So you have options here. You can do a regular plank like I am. I call this a high plank. Make sure the wrists are over the shoulders. No, don't do that. Make sure the shoulders are over the wrist. We're separating the shoulder blades away from one another. Pull the abs deep in towards the spine and press the heels back. If you want, you can lower your knees down. Still shoulders over wrist, abs in. Breathe. Inhale here. If you want to lower the knees down, you can. We're going to hug the tops of our arms into our side body. And as we exhale, we're going to bend the elbows and lower all the way down. Beautiful. Kind of wiggle the hips from side to side. Now take your right arm and bring it by your side. Palm is up, facing up towards the ceiling. And then take your left arm and reach it forward. The palm is down on the floor. Let your head, you can either let your forehead rest on the mat, or you can let your head hover over the mat. Make sure you're not straining the neck doing that though. If you feel any strain in the neck, let your head rest on the mat. On your next, take an inhale here. As you exhale, pull the abs deep in towards the spine, and then lift the arms off the floor. Inhale, lower them down. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. And then one more. Inhale, lower. And we're going to exhale, lift and hold it here. Breathe. And inhale. And exhale. Keep lifting. One more. Inhale, lower down. And just kind of wiggle it out here. Now we're going to go opposite side. So bring the left arm by your side, palm up. Right arm reaching away from you. And slide down on my mat a little bit so I have room. All right, you can rest the forehead on the mat or let the head hover. On your next inhale, take it an inhale first. As you exhale, pull the abs in and lift the arms. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale. And inhale. 2 more. Exhale, lift. And inhale, lower. And 1 more. Exhale, lift and hold it here. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. And then inhale, lower the hands down. Take the arms, stack them on top, or the hands, stack them on top of one another, like so. Rest the forehead on the hands. Bend the knees, sway the legs from side to side. And then come to stillness. Stretch the legs long. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press the hands firmly to the mat. Squeeze the shoulder blades in towards one another. Not the shoulder blades, the elbows. Squeeze the elbows in towards one another. I don't know my body parts. Inhale here. As you exhale, pull the abs deep in towards the spine. Press up through your plank. And then exhale, sit back into a child's pose. Reach your fingertips away from the body. Rest the forehead on the mat. Take in an inhale. Look towards the fingertips, and as you exhale, walk your hands towards the right. Stack your left hand on top of the right. Anchor your left hip down onto your heel. Let your head hang heavy in between your arms. Inhale, walk your hands back to center. And exhale, walk them over towards the left. Stack your right hand on top of your left hand. Inhale, walk your hands back to center. Reach the fingertips away from the body. Inhale here, and exhale, pull yourself forward. Walk your knees towards your hands, cross your ankles, and then sit back, bringing the legs forward. We're going to place the hand, or the feet, not the hands, the feet onto the mat. Knees are bent here. We lean back where you're sitting on your sacrum, and you reach the arms forward. Take in an inhale. As you exhale, pull the shoulders back into their sockets. Pull the abs deep in towards the spine. And then start bend, lift one leg, and then lower. Inhale, lift the other, and then lower. And keep lifting and lowering each leg. Pull the abs deep in towards the spine. And if you want to give yourself a little more challenge, you can lift both legs up. Keep the shins parallel to the floor. Breathe here, neck is long. Again, inhale. As you exhale, lower one foot down, then the other. And lift yourself up. Actually, bring your hands behind you. Bring the feet wide. Sway the knees from side to side. And we'll bring the knees back up. Bring the feet back towards one another, about hip distance apart. We're just going to lower ourselves down onto the mat. Keep the knees bent, ankles underneath knees, hands down by your sides. Press the shoulders into the mat. Ready? Inhale, lift the hips up off the mat. And then exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And exhale, lower. And make sure you're engaging your legs. You imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs towards one another and pressing your knees towards your pinky toes. Inhale, lift the hips up. Exhale, lower. And then one more. Inhale, lift. And hold it here. Breathe. Keep that engagement in the legs. Drive the heels down into the mat. Inhale here. As you exhale, slowly lower down. And now bring the feet wide, just like we were when we were seated. Sway the knees from side to side. And then we'll come back to stillness. Pull your right knee in towards your chest. Extend the left leg long. Do some ankle rotations. And now bring your left hand on the outside of your right thigh. Bring your right arm wide. Inhale here, and as you exhale, cross that leg over the midline of the body, stacking the hips, looking over the right shoulder. Inhale, come back onto your back, pull the knee back in towards the chest. Pull it nice and tight here. And then exhale, lower that foot down to the mat. On your next inhale, pull your left knee in towards your chest and extend the right leg long. Do some ankle rotations if you like. Bring your right hand on the outside of your left thigh. Extend the left arm long here. Inhale. As you exhale, cross it over, just like we did on the opposite side. Gaze over that left shoulder. Inhale, come back. Flat on the back, hug the knee in towards the chest. And then exhale, lower the knee back down to the mat. Lower the foot back down to the mat. And now stretch the legs long. Let your feet just kind of open out to the sides. Bring your hands down by your sides, palms facing up. And get a deep inhale here. And then side out. Inhale, breathe deeply into the belly. Side out. And one more time, inhale deeply. And side out. Come to complete and total relaxation. And we're going to work on a 3-part breathing. So when you inhale, you're going to let the belly expand, then the rib cage, and then the collarbone area. As you exhale, the belly goes down, then the ribs, and then the collarbone area. I'll walk you through it. So inhale, breathe into the belly, then the ribs, and then the collarbone. Exhale, relax, let the belly fall back down. Ribs fall down and the collarbone area fall down. Continue this breathing pattern throughout out the rest of your Shavasana or final relaxation. Complete about 2 more of the 3-part breathing. And when you complete the last one, just come back to your regular breath. Let your body relax into the mat. Let the thoughts just float on by like clouds. Stay present in this moment and relax. Bringing your awareness back to this time and space. Feel the support of the floor beneath you. Notice the temperature of the air on your skin. And start to bring gentle movement back into the body by wiggling your fingers and toes. Oh, inhale, reach the arms long behind you. Let the ribs flare, point the toes, stretch nice and long here. And then you'll roll to your right side, cradling your head in your arm. Pressing your left hand into the floor in front of you. And when you're ready, slowly press your hand into the mat to lift yourself up into a seated position. Once you're in a comfortable seat, bring your hands in front of your heart in the prayer pose. And take a moment and press your thumbs into your chest. Then feel your heart beating. Feel the vibration of each heartbeat running through your body. And thank you for joining me this evening and allowing me to guide you in your practice. I hope you all have a wonderful evening. Namaste.